Out of the frying pan and into the fire. It is season 3 and we are wasting no time getting going, so take a journey with me as I watch through Star Wars Rebels for the first time. Well, hello there, my name is Jeremy and welcome back once more to Freeform Disney. Now before we get going, a few big announcements. First up, we've got a giant live stream on Wednesday because it is the 1-year anniversary of the channel. So come celebrate the channel hitting its first birthday. We'll be having fun, Natalia's gonna appear for at least a little bit. I think I might watch an old video or two of mine with all of you. And then heck, there's also gonna be a big Star Wars announcement for the channel and other big announcements for the channel as well for its 2nd year coming forward. It's gonna be a ton of fun. At least here's a hope, right? Well, anyway, hey, also, let me remind you, if you are into the MCU, Marvel time, come Thursday nights at 11:45 p.m., you can go ahead and join me and my wife Natalia as we live stream the new WandaVision episodes. And those times are all in Pacific Standard Time. So 11:45 Thursday night Pacific Standard Time for that. The Wednesday thing is Wednesday at noon Pacific Standard Time. And yeah, there you go. So lots of good stuff coming up. Well, anyway, now it is time to jump into season 3 of Rebels. So here we go. Now this is Steps into Shadow, part 1. And part 2 for the 2nd episode. So we're off to go infiltrate an Imperial base right in cold open to start with. And off the bat, whoa! That is a new look for Ezra right there. Now admittedly, I had seen this look in some of the promo images for the show as a whole and up on Disney+. But still, it does take me back just a little bit at first. Definitely he's aged up a bit. And I think from what I heard in the chat, it's been a little bit of time, not a super ton of time or anything, but yeah. And you can see some of that too because, hey, Ezra is commanding the mission, he's impressive, clearly his training has gone a ways. You watch him go ahead and fight with that lightsaber in there, yo. And hey, we broke Hondo out of prison. You know me, I'm always happy to see Hondo and he is a delight as usual. And hey, we have Turba, this Ugnaught who they're after apparently. But well, guess what, Turba dies pretty quick, so yeah, so much for that guy. Now on Ezra though, there's a bit of a dark side to where Ezra's gone. Literally. I guess, if anything, maybe I'd say he's even a bit closer to being a gray Jedi now. Definitely using that Sith holocron. And he's much more prone to anger and still talking with the holocron. Actually, gray Jedi is probably not a good description. Really, he's more tempted by the way of the Sith at this point. So someone who's training as a Jedi who's tempted by the Sith. Gray Jedi is an interesting different balancing act. But anyway. Heck, there's even a line with him talking and saying, "I will never let my friends get hurt again." Oh, that just reminds me of a certain Skywalker that, we have seen in this show before. Maybe starts with an A. Yeah, I know how that turned out. Well, anyway, on we go, and hey, new stuff for the season. Sabine has a new hairstyle. I figured she would since she got a new one in season 2, and I like this new hairstyle, but definitely season 2 is my favorite so far for her hair. And so, yeah, we finished this up, we got the heck off of there, and now we've got a new mission because, hey, even without that Ugnaught who died, we still have Hondo, so we knew we need to go to planet Yarma over at Reclam Station there on that planet up in the clouds. Because apparently they've got thousands of Republic Y-Wings that are being decommissioned, and hey, this would be a hell of a coup right here for the Rebellion to go get their hands on all of this. And Ezra is promoted to Lieutenant Commander for his good work so far and given command of the mission. And before we go further, let us talk about the Imperials, because it's time for them to pop in. So Grand Moff Tarkin once again. Always great seeing Tarkin. He's used for his purpose here. It's not like he's going to get heavily involved, it doesn't seem. And guess who else we meet? Governor Price. And, well, she seems quite interesting off the bat. Definitely seems to know what the hell she's doing, and there's definitely something to be said for that. She wants the 7th Fleet. Tarkin says, yeah, sure, you can have it. And there's also some fun talk about Admiral Constantine, who's more politician than really being a good military strategist. Yeah. And later on, we hear that Governor Price is concerned about a potentially galaxy-spanning rebellion, which you can be unsurprised that Constantine is dismissive of. But guess who else seems to agree? Oh, big reveal time. It is Grand Admiral Thrawn. Nice. Oh, I've been waiting to see Thrawn. I knew he was coming up in Rebels at some point, but yeah, didn't know when, so, love it. And there's a cool fade away where we see his red eyes still as we shift. Nice dissolve right there. Well, what about some of our other crew? So Kanan, he has this big ol' full beard going, and apparently has been largely keeping to himself for the last half year or whatever. Feeling he's failed and just pretty much isolating himself and beating himself up. Yeah, crap. Well, anyway, he's finally prodded into talking to Ezra and ends up finding the Sith holocron that Ezra has opened. Yeah, it didn't go too well. So he takes it. Off he heads on the planet as he's called to by a voice through the Force. And oh hey, there are these owls here which apparently are similar to Mirai, Ahsoka's owl, but not the same one, so it's not her owl. And we meet this really big, gigantic character called Bendu. And apparently he's in the middle. He's not Jedi, he's not Sith, he's not light or dark, he's just in that center spot. And really, it starts to get through to Kanan. No, the Sith holocron, that object can't make you good or evil. Come on, that's what you choose to do. You can have the best, most noble intentions and certainly become evil. And well, to finally really get Kanan starting to figure things out, well, Kanan, because of all the spiders on the planet that we ran into before, he carried a sensor beacon all the way out there. And, well, Bendu just takes it from him and then snaps it. Gotta force him to rely on those other senses right there and force him to rely on himself and trust himself a little more again. But for that, we'll have to wait till next episode. So, meanwhile, off on that mission. So Ezra, Sabine, and Zeb, and Chopper, of course, are all off on their way, taking the Phantom on out. They run into some mining guild ships on the way, and this is actually important because the mining guild, of course, can tip off the Imperials what's going on, and maybe that'll help reveal what's happening. And in fact, this is what happens, although most people might not have caught it. But anyway, they shoot down some just in the course of having to get past, and Ezra wants to kill them all to prevent a message. And frankly, this is not just a, hey, we're doing our duty. It's a bit of an anger thing. Oh, Ezra. So luckily he's convinced by the others not to. Or not luckily, I guess it all depends on how you look at it. But anyway, so they don't destroy all of them and they get all the way off to that planet only to realize that the Imperials are already 2 steps ahead of them, having sped up the destruction of those Y-Wings as there are only a handful left now. And Ezra, seeing all of this, knowing that they're all going to be gone shortly, angrily changes the plan over the objections of everyone else to go at least save some ships and take some of them. Wow. Ezra. Wow. I got to tell you, I love where they're taking his character. And it surprises me a little that we're actually willing to do it, and I love that they are. Back in season 1, I wouldn't have thought they would have been willing to take the character here. So it's really nice. And hey, that's where we stop for this episode. And hey, we've also got Thrawn in there now. Tarkin's back as well. Although, I imagine we won't see much more of Tarkin until perhaps, say, the end of the season. My personal bet is that Governor Price will be the main adversary this season, as Thrawn can't be overused. But hey, we'll see if I'm right. And definitely this is another one of those episodes where it's not really a cliffhanger as much as a cut between the episodes, which could otherwise easily have been one big, long, continuous episode. And with that out of the way, it is off to episode 2 of season 3, part 2 of Steps into Shadow. Okay, we've got some big old droids in here. These are apparently dismantler droids. Well, obviously for taking apart ships and stuff, which means they could be a bit of a threat to the Phantom and our people. And hey, we've got Rex busy taking care of clankers, as he calls them. It really feels a little like old Clone Wars days just with this going on. Kind of fun. Now, here's a fun one. Or interesting one, I guess. Upon seeing the Ugnaughts down there, Ezra's first reaction is to threaten them. But Hondo steps in and negotiates with the Ugnaughts and offers to rescue them. And oh, I love this contrast here. Ezra at one point in time, sure as hell wouldn't have been a first reaction to just go straight to threatening them. At least Hondo's here in this case, and somebody he'll listen to at least for a moment in a case like this. Dang, man. Yeah. Well, anyway, off we go back to our rebel base planet. So Kanan is still talking with Bendu, and Bendu, well, helps him learn to really sense the spiders through all of his different senses, and the Force as well, as much as he can. It's really his normal senses that he senses them. But as he finds out, it's not in the spiders' nature to attack him. They don't go after them. Probably guess I assume they go after much smaller prey normally, but really they attack because they sensed fear and anger, etc. And Kanan really starts to have his own insights that yeah, I distance myself from everyone, even the Force. Yeah, it's kind of what it looked like when we popped in on him earlier. Phew. Luckily, this gets through to him. He realizes his friends need him, that Ezra's in danger, and he starts leaving. And, well, not afraid of the spiders anymore, because he can sense where they are. He's come to grips with himself, understands the spiders better, and so, yeah, he leaves. And, hey, he leaves the Sith holocron with Bendu. Good safekeeping right there. Good amount of trust right there out of Kanan too, for that matter. But hey, I guess when you can sense people through the Force, that probably helps a bit too, right? And while Kanan getting back, we get this nice moment when Hera comes into the Ghost and she sees Kanan in the ship already ready to go. It's a nice moment. It's just kind of that, hey, you're finally back. It's so good to see you back. Missed you. All just mostly unsaid, but yeah, it's all there. Well, anyway, back to the mission. So Ezra is off into the station while Rex saves Sabine and Zeb from a clanker. It would really be nice, by the way, if Sabine had a jetpack. Man, it would come in handy in this episode too. Heck, what episode does not come in handy to have a jetpack? Well, I suppose if you're in space on board a station, or, yeah, I mean, well, it still could come in handy there. Anyway. So anywho, the other people, let's see. Hondo is off with the Ugnaughts, protecting a ship until the others are ready. Yeah, sure is. Ezra gets off to the bridge. He sees a demoted Commander Brom Titus. Remember, he was the Admiral back in charge of the Interdictor Cruiser project back in episode 9 of season 2. So, a little while ago. But it's kind of cool to see him again. Oh god, he's gotten demoted and put out here on this duty. It's like, oh, there's a horrible duty. And I've got to say, looks like he's about to get demoted again after this. It's like, dang, man. Oh. You never would have thought you would have run into the rebels like that doing your job that you're doing there. But bad luck. Oh, but hey, maybe, who knows, maybe it won't be too bad, because after all, Titus did take the action of at least sabotaging the station, so there's no simple way to stop the destruction of the ships. Although the rebels being the rebels will still get the ships, and now the whole station's going to get destroyed, because essentially the only way to unlock the ships is by destroying the station, which Ezra gladly does, because this is a new Ezra. Heck, if he cares that there are a bunch of people on that station. I guess at least he gives Titus a chance to escape and let the other Imperials be warned. Dang, that's about as much niceness as you're getting from the new Ezra. Ay. New Ezra is scary, let's just say. Yeah. Well, anyway, meanwhile, things start to go bad. Chopper does get the remaining Y-Wings in the air, and Hondo escapes in his new ship, but Ezra heads off to go take the Phantom, and it falls and blows up before he gets to it. Which, by the way, wow, we just destroyed the Phantom, which is another decent change. Heck, I'm going to be intrigued. Maybe we'll even destroy the Ghost during the course of the season at this point. Oh, it should be interesting what they do with that. I was not expecting a change like that sitting there. And for things going bad, the Imperials have also shown up in space. We've got a small fleet there, so that's not good. And now Ezra is stranded on a station that is crashing into the planet, soon to die. And of course, hey, we know the rebels were on their way already, and here they show up. Kanan, Hera, and the Ghost head on down to save Ezra, with Kanan heading out to help him in a way that feels very much like Empire Strikes Back, where Lando was heading up and saving Luke. very much gave me those vibes right there. Now, here's an interesting one. We have the fleets both up in space, but the Imperials end up just letting the rebels get away because Thrawn ordered them to go ahead and do so because it's not the fleet they're after and he has his own reasons. Which you could probably be unsurprised that Admiral Constantine on there and you kind of went, what the hell? Okay. They all followed the order, of course, because it's Grand Admiral Thrawn telling you to do it. But I love the unpredictability there. Obviously, we've got to go ahead and give a little more explanation as to why he chose to do what he did later. But yeah, just a small band is not what he's after. He's after the bigger game on this one. And hey, now we're heading off to the end of this episode, so when the rebels get back, Hera takes a step that I wouldn't have expected. Again, and a really good thing, she suspends Ezra's command. Considering what he did and the rules he broke, etc., yeah, no kidding. The others try to do the whole hero thing and stand up for Ezra, you'll have to suspend us too. But luckily, Hera has none of that, and it's just Ezra getting suspended. So I've just got to say, wow, actual consequences. I'm so happy because too often heroes get away without consequences for their actions. And it's really a nice step here. I really appreciated seeing that. Hey, there's a little interesting reference. We actually talked about General Dodonna because Hera said that's where the Y-Wings are being delivered to. I'd love to see Dodonna actually pop up in here too. That'd be just extra little icing on the cake. And for the end of the episode, we have a real nice ending between Kanan and Ezra. Now, even if it does include Ezra being curious about where the Sith holocron is now, there's still some nice stuff between the two. And Kanan with his line of, hey, I'll always come back. Yeah. This was a very nice episode, and so was the first one. Really, I definitely enjoyed this opening two-parter, and I am super excited to have Thrawn in here. Thrawn's one of my favorite Star Wars characters. I don't know him from new canon, so not the new books or here in Rebels yet, but I do know him from old canon, from the extended universe, having read Zahn's books, the original trilogy of his, as well as multiple other books that he's written that Thrawn was in, and oh man, yeah. What else can I say? Thrawn is such a great character. Anyway, so yeah, let's see what else on this one. I'm definitely happy for this two-parter. I really enjoyed it. Looking forward to the new adversaries in Price and Thrawn. So I don't expect to be let down by Thrawn. Price, I don't know as much, but it's nice to have a new face and new hope for how they're going to deal with an adversary in here. Bendu. Bendu is an interesting, neat addition. I'm guessing we're going to see him again because I can't imagine we're not. After all, he's on the planet the Rebel base is on, and certainly strong in the Force, so I'm going to be surprised if we don't see him again. And I really hope we keep exploring Ezra and his temptation by the dark side. And hey, there you go. So all in all, I'm very much looking forward to season 3. So next regular video will be coming out in less than a week, so just later this very week. And also, hey, don't forget about that live stream 1-year anniversary thing coming up Wednesday. There will be a Star Wars announcement in there too, so definitely hop on over if you have got the time. That's noon Pacific Standard Time. And well, what about you? What did you think of new Ezra? And did you know Grand Admiral Thrawn before Rebels, or was this your first introduction to him? Go ahead and let me know down below in the comments. And let me never forget to go thank my wonderful patrons. Hey, if you are interested in helping support the channel through Patreon, there is a link below in the description and would love to have you over here. And to everyone, thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video, please give it a like, a share, and don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you back here tomorrow for another new episode of Freeform Disney. Have a magical day, and may the Force be with you always.